This is a story about the South Seas, faraway lands with moon-drenched names. Columbangara, Wanawana, Vela la Vela, Rendova, Munda. This is a story about what happened to you at Rendova and Munda. You were there, you know, last July. The night before the landing, the commanding general read his order of the day. You've got what it takes. Your path will not be easy, but your guts will make you carry on. Godspeed and God bless you. Parts of this film are badly photographed. Some of it is underexposed. There are light flashes, but forgive the cameramen. They were in danger of being killed. American Task Force. Mission: occupy the island of Rendova in the Solomons. Set up artillery, capture Munda 5 miles away. Munda, which had been called the Jap Gibraltar. Subsidiary mission: wipe out all Japs encountered. Subsidiary mission: so use the miracles of medicine, so use the instruments, bandages, antiseptics, disinfectants, anesthesia, plasma, sutures. Walk the earth again. It rained through the night. This made the men happy because theirs was a brazen attack carried out under the very eyes of the enemy. The landing parties went in with the impatience, the scared courage of men about to fight for their lives. The destroyer screen, the air cover, the assault on the beach. Soldiers, sailors, and Marines wanting to get it over, get it done, move on. Back in the jungle, the enemy waited, sunk in the swamps, buried in the brush, tied to the trees. The men went in and got them. Dead Japanese, stinking in the sun. The beaches had been stormed, the enemy routed. Now it was time to bring equipment ashore. Tanks, ammunition, food, fuel, medical supplies, the big guns. Long Tom himself, pride of the artillery, 155 millimeters of victory. The spirit of the men had swept the operation to a fantasy of speed. In only 2 hours, they had cleared the ground and placed the guns and fired on Munda. By 3:15 in the afternoon, all the equipment and all the men were ashore. The Americans dug in and waited. They found time for a humorous song full of loneliness and longing. They called it Marching Through New Georgia. They knew what was ahead. The Malta of the Pacific was being shattered, and counterattack had to come. It came from the air. Jap planes, vengeance bound. Jap mission, muzzle those 155s. American fighter planes were forced to fly from Guadalcanal, 200 miles away. Anti-aircraft into action. Day after day, the Mitsubishis came over and came down. But not before many of them dropped their deadly eggs. Bombs found the ammunition dumps, the kitchen area, motor pool, the big guns. And Americans. This happened to you last July, July 4th, Independence Day. Yes, you were here, in these dead, these fragments of freedom that is your freedom. All Americans were here, on the moon-drenched island of Rendova. You fought to take a few acres of geography, Rendova, Munda, so that Rabaul could be taken, so that Guam and the Philippines could be taken, so that Tokyo could be taken, as you fight all over the world so that Americans will not have to suffer thus again. The men pulled the bleeding and battered from the mud and started them back. Two battles were fought here. One against the Japs, a second against another enemy, the swift approach of death. A new battle with medicine as ammunition, medical instruments as weapons. Here in the jungle, one end of a lifeline from home. Morphine, atabrine, plasma, quinine sulfate, sulfaguanidine, sulfanilamide, bandages. Wounds, infection. The wounded are loaded on litter-bearing vehicles called ambo peeps. A trail of torture through the jungle. Back half a mile to the collecting station. Here the men are carried to tents, checked in, given emergency treatment. Here the lifeline saving an arm. leg. A foot. Sterilized gowns. Plasma, wonderwork of this war. American blood from Pennsylvania, Illinois, New York, carried 6,000 miles across the western waters, combating shock. There were many heroes on Rendova. The men who stormed the shore, those who fired Long Tom, the anti-aircraft batteries, the litter bearers, the cooks, the men who took these pictures, those who packed this plasma. Yes, you were here on Rendova at this hurried, desperate operation. You who sent the weapons for this second battle. You who deliver the ransom to forestall death. Hands holding fast to lifelines flung out to all the bloody battlefields on which Americans are falling. Your victory. These men will live. These men will return, back to the beach which they secured, back to bases from which they came, back to health. Grim, hurt, tired. But full of the common soldier's humanity to man. Full of the hope which springs from trust in their comrades, carrying on in the Solomons, carrying on in Pennsylvania, Illinois, and New York. As they went in with courage, they leave with courage. Knowing the Navy plane which speeds them back flies on wings of mercy, taking them to modern hospitals. Here, the fractured limbs and torn nerves can rest. Rehabilitation commence. Here, all the vast miracles of medicine can be patiently used. Here men can grow strong again, laugh again, play again. Return again to America. Return again to the freedom which they fight to proclaim.